Good afternoon, Dr. Stevens. My name is Heaven T. Singleton, and my final presentation will be on Black women in politics. First, I would like to start off with some stereotypes of Black women that I grew up with and people around me have grew up with, and I have learned was the common characteristics of Black women. Some common examples is Black women have attitudes. They are bald headed, so to speak. They're too strong or too independent. They're always angry, and the continuously rolling eyes and neck and snapping fingers and such. And also, they were brought up in a one parent household. And moving on, I would also like to add how media is fueling to the fire. And it is not hidden that media tends to add to the growing separation of ethnicities. It's been over generations how media has very incorporated differences between ethnicities and such. And I also like to do an example how this one Chinese app called TikTok has been displaying basically racist TikToks videos that have been surfacing because of what is going on. And during the past couple of months on the current on TikTok, there has been multiple instances of racism, especially some targeted at minorities that are of African descent. And sadly, I would be able to pull this up, but I'm not sure if the screen recorder will show it. But even though through slavery and still in the future, sadly, Black women will forever be oppressed, especially in the workplace and politics. Oppression is not always synthesized in your head, it is learned. I added that in there because you do not come out the womb saying, "Oh, I'm gonna be racist. Oh, I'm gonna oppress this group because of their religion or because of their skin tone." No, you are brought up in that environment, which is not a very healthy environment. And this kind of repression is not only external but internalized as well. Even in the Black community, Black women are still kind of presented as a faux pas in some sort of speaks. And in the book, The Psychology of Prejudice and Discrimination, bias based on gender and sexual orientation, edited by Jean Lu Chin, talks about the internalized oppression that women of color have a real experience in the workplace. And this is just a little quote from her book. But more than likely, these women are going to process through experiences through both their race and gender as Black women. And this is just a little photo saying, I saw a tweet saying Google unprofessional work. I did, then I checked professional ones. In the unprofessional section, it is short, curly, kinky hair that Black women tend to have. And the professional hairstyles are more Caucasian hairstyles. And moving on, I like to talk about the history between Black women in politics. In this slide, I did a little comparison of then versus now. Then, Black women opinions and some of our notes, I would like to say, are mostly pushed aside or discriminated against, underrepresented, and all of us think and act like each other. So we were being characterized as all the same. That's how it was. But Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, and so many other Black women have paved the way for us to step out of our comfort zone and to actually do something. And these two women on the now side, Zazabini Tunzi being the fourth Black woman to win Miss Universe, as pictured right here, is using her title to pursue talking about the social political feminist acts that are going on in her home country. She didn't think she would win because she was a Black woman with short curly kinky hair. She went against the stereotype of Americanized beauty or urbanized beauty, actually. And also, French artist Nicholle Kobi, based in France, was told by her art teacher to get a corporate job because she would never make a living drawing Black women. But she went beside that stereotype of how they were drawn, and now is one of the most artists known on many social media platforms. She has her own studio, she has her own classes, she has her own website, and she's making hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars each day as we speak. And I'll also like to talk about oppression of Black women, but in this case, I would like to talk about one that reoccurs in my head. But I would like to talk about the definition of oppression, which is an unjust or cruel exercise of authority or power. An example that I would keep running through my head is Michelle Obama, who was the first African American first lady in the White House, and how she used her power to help low income families, help children, help the future generation to come and grow up, and how she wanted to lead by example to help people in general. It doesn't matter what race you are, what ethnicity. She took advantage of her position to do good, not just as the first lady, as herself, but she was continuously criticized for her work with low income people and having compared to multiple ape on multiple occasions, because she was a strong Black woman who did not even, yes, she was a strong Black woman who knew her stuff. And this is just so exciting. All right, thank you, Dr. Stevens, for having this short but amazing, entertaining class. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of your semester.